We're 10 years old, and we've been working in 2 districts in northeastern Tanzania, working in areas of education, healthcare, and development. Health education is really our focus. And so we have a team of people who identify problems in conjunction with the health department and some of the people we serve. We create educational videos, and then we have a staff of people who represent the various communities where we're working to deliver those educational videos to the public. So, for example, one of the issues we learned was the need for proper use of mosquito nets to protect the children and the adults from the mosquitoes that deliver malaria. They're most prevalent at night, and so the proper use of these mosquito nets is really important in protecting people from malaria. So we produced an educational video about that. The script was developed by some physicians, put into Swahili, and then the video was produced right here in Des Moines at Methodist Hospital. Then it's now been distributed to the women who cover the entire district of 250,000 people, and they show that video along with many other ones on these very basic healthcare topics. We use the word Empower Tanzania in our name deliberately. Our goal isn't just to do projects. Our goal is to empower people, mostly women, but not only women, to be more than they are now by whatever we can do together with them. And whether it's a business or an educational program, whatever it might be, that's always the goal. And that's when we get this enormous satisfaction, because what little we do makes all the difference.
My father has done a lot of work in his life and his career that's been similar in terms of encouraging some sort of resource allocation or improving lives in rural parts of Uganda, is where I'm from originally. And so seeing the foundation, seeing the initiative of the entire premise of trying to raise awareness and also to help folks in primarily rural parts of Tanzania get a chance to live a fulfilling life with just the basic things like water and access to healthcare and access to education are the 3 things that we always seem to have a nurturing towards in Africa. So it was great to see that. That's a focus.
I teach global awareness at Grandview, and I focus my class around African cultures and history. I want my students to organize an event that has the goal of raising funds for a nonprofit that works in Tanzania but has roots in Iowa. Tonight they organized this fundraising event and brought people together from the community, the American community, the African community in Des Moines, all kinds of diverse people to come together and to listen to the story of Empower Tanzania. This organization supports community health programming and education programming in Tanzania. My students really enjoyed meeting the dancers that were here tonight. They came from Genesis Youth Foundation. These kids are in Des Moines and performing, cultural traditions that are rooted in different parts of Africa, especially in West Africa. So my students got to know the kids a little bit and got to know different leaders in the community who were present.
I see, as an African who's living here from Africa, it hurts me realize, that there are so many people back in Africa that in countries that have a lot of resources that are struggling the way they are. So what that tells me is that we need to improve from or find some way to help with the management and all that, but that gets into politics. But my takeaway is that from this event is looking at this. People here who have no ties to, people back in Tanzania or any part of Africa for that matter, are willing to come together and support any way they can with what resources they have. So that tells me that I can make a difference, you can make a difference, all of you guys can make a difference, and it takes a village to make some things happen. So when I see, an organization like Empower Tanzania, it inspires me, and I hope it inspires you guys, and I'm sure it inspires you to take action and to see what else we can do.
We often have these stereotypes of Iowa being, you know, corn-fed, right, and homogenous, right, and closed-minded. And Des Moines is just a place where all those stereotypes don't work. You know, people are actively fighting those stereotypes and doing good in the world and trying to create a cosmopolitan community, right? And I feel like more and more, you know, we're working together to create that deliberately, and that's a beautiful thing.